Hello horse friends, and welcome to another episode of Exercise of the Week. Well, let's be honest, lately it's been Exercise of the Month. I sincerely apologize that I have not been performing my duties as advertised. I've just been really slammed with grad school lately, but this summer I'm hoping to get right back on track and do this every single week. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please take a small moment of your time to hit that little subscribe button down below so you won't miss anything, and it really helps me out as well. And you can look forward to me showing you a new exercise every single week that you can do with your horse. I will show you how to set it up, and I will also show you how to run through it with me riding my young horse Buck. Without further ado, let's get into it. This exercise is called the Ying. I totally made that up and pulled it right out of my butt, but I think it fits. On the very center line across the X, you're going to set up some walk poles. And I set up walk poles by doing heel to toe 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the long side opposite of this, I set up some trot poles. And then on the far opposite side of that, I set up some canter poles. And if you want to look at my other Exercise of the Week videos, I explain to you how you set up trot and canter poles. So you start at a walk, and you're going to go across the center, across the walk poles, and then pick up trot before you come into your curve, and you're going to turn right or left depending which way you're going and trot over the trot poles, and then you're going to pick up canter and canter over your canter poles. And that can be it for the exercise, or you can continue on and come back down to a trot, come back over your trot poles. After the trot poles, come back down to a walk, and then come over your walk poles in the center. Okay, let's see how baby Bucky did with this exercise. Now please keep in mind, he's barely 5 years old. He just turned 5 this month, and half the time he doesn't know where his legs are even at. As evidence of, I will show you how he did the walk poles the very first time right here. So I did raised walk poles, and the way I did that, because I don't have cavalettis, is I just dropped my standards down to lay flat and the legs raised it up. And I highly recommend, if you are to do this, walk your horse over it on ground first. But he figured it out. That was the only little funny thing that he did. For the most part, he was a very good, well-behaved boy. I could have done better and made my circle a lot wider so it'd be easier to make the turn at the canter, because his canter is very weak. As you can see, our canter transitions are awful, but they're getting better. And he's a very short-strided horse, and he doesn't compact himself up yet. So he just kind of throws himself over the canter poles. I did the regular canter pole length, but since he is so short-strided and doesn't know how to compact himself to propel himself forward, I could have gotten off and shortened the stride some, but I was lazy. And I also wanted him to kind of figure this out a little better. But those are 2 things I could have done to make this exercise easier on a horse that doesn't quite know how to balance and do transitions through turns yet. If your horse is more advanced, you can actually make these circles smaller, or you can actually set different lengths of canter poles. Like you could have one set that's a shorter stride and one set next to it that's the longer stride, and you know, collect your stride up to do that set, or extend your stride out to do the other set. There's a lot of different ways you can make this exercise more advanced, and the exercises I show you guys will start to get more advanced. Buck and I just aren't there yet. So if these are boring to you, please just hang on for a little while. As Buck and I advance, these will get a lot more interesting. But overall, Buck did fairly well. As you're going through these exercises, you're wanting to get sharp transitions, which we do not have yet. And you're wanting to focus on them balancing through the transitions while going around the turn. So you want to be able to balance them through the turn and do the transition at the same time, whether it be an upward transition or a downward transition. And then the poles also help to have the horse engage their core, bring their hind end up under them, and really pick their feet up and start getting impulsion. So let's be real here. Buck is very chunky and out of shape and doesn't have the musculature yet to do these types of exercises very many times in a row. I should have just finished here and let him be done. He was starting to get tired, but of course I was like, no, we're not gonna baby you anymore. We're gonna do it one more time. And for those of you who do not know, I think Buck had a pretty traumatic breaking experience with big spurs, and he's very sensitive to leg, and he actually used to spook, especially at the left leg. So what do I do here when I look like a potato and can't get him to move forward? I increase my leg aid and freak him out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not increase force with very sensitive horses. I'm not proud of that moment. And for the rest of the ride, when I put left leg on, he kind of freaked out like this. So whenever Buck gets sensitive, he kind of reverts back to what he used to do when I first got him, which was specific to left leg most of the time. You put left leg on and he would literally jump sideways, and I think it's because he was expecting a hard spur in the side. As you can see, I do not wear spurs with Buck. He's just had a bad experience, so we forgot about the exercise altogether. I just wanted to trot him both ways, be able to stop him without any big deal, give him big pats when he did not make a big fuss about it. And I wanted to end going to the left and being able to put left leg on and ask him to bend pretty significantly to the left without freaking out. And we did it in that same area where he freaked out before. Ended with some trot poles, and everything was wonderful, except right there he kind of skirted to the side a little bit. But he didn't do a big freak out, and he came right back to me. So then I decided to be done with it. So we're working on things, we're getting through some things. We're gonna get there, but he just kind of reverts back to his old trauma brain when I try to push him a little too far. So not proud of that moment, but we've had some really good rides since then. I did another dressage clinic, which I failed to film because I don't know how to turn my camera from still shot mode to video mode, so I'm an idiot. But she had a really good exercise for me to help with that sensitization of the leg aid, and I will maybe do that next week. I don't know, it's kind of a boring exercise, but it helped me and Buck really well. So comment down below, let me know if you guys want to see that exercise, or if you want me to do more of an interesting pole work exercise. The exercise she showed me how to do is basically just different ways of putting your leg on and asking the horse to do different things. So let me know what you want to see for the next exercise of the week. If you want to see the tips my dressage trainer showed me, or a more pole work type exercise. So thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. See y'all next week. Bye! Mwah!